Hi, welcome to Skyny Wandering. My name is Peter and I do campground tours as well as some other hiking tours and things like that. I am in northern Wisconsin right now. I am trying to wrap up my tour of almost all the state forest and national forest and state park campgrounds in Wisconsin. Today I am at, can you see that? Let's come over here into the sun. I am in the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest and we're going to check out Two Lakes Campground. Sometimes my videos are only like 5 minutes long because there's only like 9 sites. This is not one of those videos. First thing to know about this campground is it is just off the North Country Trail. The North Country Trail. If you don't know what the North Country Trail is, it will take you all the way. Oh, this doesn't show it. Oh, here we go. Take you from New York State, basically on the border of Vermont, all the way across North Dakota. It's a big trail. In Wisconsin, it just hops along the top after coming out of the UP and heads back off into Minnesota. So that we are way up north in Wisconsin right now. And since a good chunk of these sites are reservable, I like to walk these sites, give you a full tour, so you know what you are reserving on recreation.gov. I am going to be very short on those that are non-reservable, that are first come, first served, because you can come here, decide if you like it or not. But this one's going to take me a while. And let me show you the map. There's 90 sites. I got several different loops. I don't even know where I'm coming in on this map. I think down here, I don't know for sure. This is going to take me a while to wander the whole campground for you and give you those detailed sites. Now remember, just because it's a reservable site does not mean it is reserved on the day you get here. Check the tag. If it is available in the time you're here and you plan on being here, you can nab it for as long as you want. But I'm looking at the pricing here. Single family sites are $25 a night. Wow, that's expensive. This is huge and expensive. Most of the National Forest sites I've been to are $15 or $18 for a premium site. I want to see what makes this one worth so much. I want to make sure you see all of these extra fees here. These are fees I don't see at other campgrounds in the National Forest. So be aware, $6 an extra vehicle, overflow parking $14 per vehicle per night, campsite change $13, guest vehicle $9, day use launch $8. Usually a day use is, and boat launch is $5. This one's a little more lofty. Okay, as you're coming in, the first thing you'll hit is campground hosts. There's 2 here right up front. This one has ice and firewood and some other stuff right up front to help you out. Vista Recreation concession service provider, apparently. That may be why it costs more, because this is not run directly by the Forest Service, and they probably don't have more volunteer type of hosts. So that's probably part of the extra cost. Now, coming down to site 1, you can see I've got a big downhill slope coming down. There's a lake on my right. You can barely see from site 1. Once you're here, it's fairly flat, fairly large. I have no idea if this is reservable or not. They have these lantern stands, I guess, in all of the sites, which is interesting because I don't use that kind of lantern anymore. Site 2 is a pull through. A cute little camper in there right now, and this one has a nice view of the lake. Okay, just check in recreation.gov to figure this out. Up until 19, they're all first come, first serve. So this one's a first come, first serve at site 3 with a nice path down to the water. So we're going to be fairly quick on these first couple and really focus on the ones that you need to reserve. Well, this is kind of nice. Site 4, very nice and flat. Again, first come, first serve. Site 5 is a pull through. You can see it's a bit of a steep up to get in the first place. Might be easier to come in from the other side. But first come, first serve. You decide if it works. Now I will say it's a very pretty campground. Some hills, it's not just flat. Hills can be a problem when you're camping though. And a good diversity of trees, so this might be great in the winter or in the fall. But I'm now already at the beach. The beach is amongst all the first serves. Maybe there's one more than one. We'll find out. Here's our beach. Very deep sand. Not a very big swim area, and it must drop off fairly quick because I got it divided off. Looks like a nice clear lake though. Okay, campsite 6 currently, while I'm here, is closed. I'll show you why. I'm sure it'll be open again soon. Nice site, but there's a tree over there behind the picnic table that is a leaner right now and kind of sketchy. They don't want anybody in this site using it. So this is Two Lakes Campground. I got a lake over there and a lake over there. And this is kind of a split. Heading down that way, I'll get to that later, is 80 through 94. You gotta keep going down this way. At some point you gotta come back and get my vehicle. But 90 sites is a lot. Site 7, once again, first come, first serve. Site 8, first come, first serve. Got a lake there, got a lake there, great breeze. Don't think I want to be here tonight when they're threatening storms. Looks like I got to loop off of here off the main road. So I got site 9 here on the lake. Site 10 overlooking the lake, first come, first serve, not very big. You decide if it works. Site 11, as we're coming back off of this loop, overlooking the water nicely, nice long deep site, first come, first serve. Across from not just a restroom, it's also next to the boat ramp. This looks like a nice, easy, gentle in boat ramp, paved way down in. So it's a nice boat ramp. And obviously not speed restrictions on this lake. Private property over on the other side. And then right across the road, we have another boat ramp and I believe a nice fishing pier. Alright, this lake, local ordinance, Snow Low Lake, all of Bass Lake. That's this side. The other side is free for all. There's a nice angled pier over there. Looks accessible. Okay, 11, first come, first serve. I'm not sure if that means it's a tent site or not. Alright, 12 through 29 on this loop. Separate loop for 30 through 79 coming back. Oh, and there's more down further. Right now, 12 through 29. 12, first come, first serve. Nice and wide, not actually on the water. Restroom across the way. 13, huge, incredibly long. Fire pit over on the right. That's 13, first come, first serve. 14 is first come, first serve on the water side. 15, first come, first serve. Alright, 16, first come, first serve. This is one that somebody has left a few items to claim their spot. Nicely down low near the water. Hopefully they don't lose those chairs in tonight's storm. They're talking about the 60-mile-an-hour winds. A little sketchy to be under these trees in that. 17, first come, first serve. Nice little mound to actually protect you from the wind if it's a windy day. It means you'll cut your breeze on other days. 18, first come, first serve. There are a lot of them here. 19, reservable. Hey, we got our first reservable site. Let's walk on up here. It's a bit of a hill in, not flat until you get to about here. and then it flattens out, but we're up on the hill, so we're not near the water at this point. Site 20, reservable, nice and flat, and very long over here. Easily get an RV in there and have lots of room on the side. Still up on the hill, nowhere near the water. 21, reservable. What's this? Huh. Okay, not as deep as the last one, incredibly wide. 22, reservable. That's a fairly long site. You gotta dip down in, but then it's flat once you get past the drive. This section is very quiet right now. 23, reservable. Plenty of room here for something, and quite a bit of room off to the side, and flat once you get in there. All right, and we got another beach. Guess I gotta go check out the beach. So these sites are close to a beach. That's important to know. Okay, beach I get, that's right over there. No dogs beyond this point, I get that. This, water skiing, that way. Alright, here's the second beach of the campground, amongst the reservable sites, at least some of them. Another trail coming in from over there, a different part of the campground. This is a very nice sandy beach. Looks like a nice sandy entrance in, and it probably drops off fairly quick. Alright, after the beach, site 24, first come, first serve. Excellent flat site. Site 25, not a big one. Excellent tent site, reservable. Beach right off the back. Site 26, beautiful flat site, reservable. You can do anything you want here. Lots of variety options here. It is big and flat. 27, first come, first serve. Site 28, reservable. Nice and flat. Plenty long for an RV or great tent site. 29, first come, first serve. Really big site. You can do a lot there, but it's going to be hard to make your corner to get an RV back that way. Alright, now for something different, let's see what they call tent sites, what those look like. 30 through 54, some are reservable. Ignore that top row. We're doing the tent sites 36 through 39. Over there, campsites 30 through 30. I guess there's a couple of them that aren't tent sites. We'll see what that means. Now this section of the campground, there are two loops out here, tent sites, some campsites, whatever the difference is, we'll find out in a minute, are way away from all the others. These are very remote from the rest of the campground. 30, first come, first serve. Obviously, not just a tent site. 31, first come, first serve. Again, obviously not a tent site. There is access parking here to walk down to the beach, which is a bit of a ways from here. Okay, 32 and 33 are reservable, and 32 has one of the biggest rigs I've seen in a while, plus a pickup. So he's got the big fifth wheel, the big tractor to haul it with, and plenty of room off to the side. Lots of room on that one. Water access across the way. 33, not quite as big as the last one, but still, you can fit something pretty darn big in this one. Okay, sites 34 through 36. Tent site means walk-in. Why don't they say that? All right, I'm gonna check 34, reservable. Show you what you're reserving. Gah. All right, there's your tent site. Okay, 35, reservable. Another nice just tent site. Now these are all kind of gravelly, not soft, cushy tent sites though. And the next one is up on the hill over there. Let's take the shortcut. All right, so here's 36. Nice little site. 37, which is in a different parking area, is right next door. So you don't park together, but you're pretty much hanging out together here. We're up off the water, no real access down there. Just a nice remote site. But you gotta carry your stuff in, no wagons available. Heading back out. So while 36 and 37 are practically neighbors down there, that is a weird 7. You can't reserve them together. You gotta hope. So if you're taking 37, go take a look at 36 and see if it's reserved while you're there. 38, 39, also first come, first serve. 38's right there. 39, a little further down. I'm not going to bother because you can decide if you want to be that remote or not when you get here. But since that's the end of the loop, if you do want remote, that's the one. I'll go check the other small loop. 40 is a tent site, first come, first serve, and I think someone's in there, so I'm not going down there. 41, reservable campsite, not a tent site. This is actually very long site to work with. 42, quite a long entrance, but it's a big swoopy up, and then you have your pad up top. So a big rig in here is going to be awkward. 43 on the other side is a very long site. We got truck, boat, then camper right now with a gap between and some side space. All right, 44 reservable. Let's see what that one's like. No one's here. This one goes back quite a ways. Plenty of room for whatever you want to deal with. Just watch out for the stump. Lots of room back there. 45 reservable. Let's see, this one doubles back over there. And that is quite long too, but not as wide once you get in there. I sense a lot of color in the fall. 46 directly across from that. Quite long, pretty darn wide too. They get a little solar in there as well. 47 reservable. This one is incredibly long. They're way back there and still have a ton of room up front. All right, 48, you can see what's in there. You got the fifth wheel, but you can also see that the truck is now at an angle coming down. Lots of room on the side of the camper, including hammock trees. Nice new concrete porta potties. The nice thing about these on a night like tonight is these could be your shelter. The old wooden ones are no good for that. 49 over here, reservable. Fairly, mostly flat, certainly where the camper is, a little slope getting up to it, but not bad. And then a gap to the next thing. 50 is reservable. Sort of a mid-size site. It's quite a bit of room straight back if you need it, but not a huge site. 51. Let's see how we're doing here. So it's long, and then you gotta hook it if you want to get a trailer off to the right. 52, also reservable. Plenty of length over on the side here. It actually goes out and then back in and over. 53, kind of rough coming in, then flattens off. Looks like it backs up to its neighbor, which I don't know which site that is. Pretty darn long, and then it goes over to the side with a fire ring. And the last one at 54, reservable, pretty long, slight upward slope, but not too bad. All right, sites 55 through 79. I've already seen 3 deer in this park, so they're definitely wandering around out here having a good old time. We got a mix of first come, first serve and reserved. 55, first come, first serve. 56, reservable. Nice big pull through site. This is nice and big. pull through, don't have to back in. You can back in if you want, but 57, first come first serve, right next to the Bass Lake Trail. 58, first come first serve, right on the water. 59, first comes first serve, another nice one overlooking the water, plenty of room. 60, first come first serve, fair size, you decide. Okay, 61, I got a big wind coming through, hopefully you can hear me. Medium sized sight, not super long, falls off, heads down to the water from here on the smaller lake that's nice and quiet. Get a good breeze. 62, 63, both first come first serve. This one on the water side, this one not, which is actually pretty long. 64, reservable, not a really big site, very wide, not incredibly deep, and again overlooking the lake. A little higher up than the last one I showed you, but still a nice little trail going down. 65, reservable. You got some room over here to park an RV and then a ton of space width-wise. It's almost as wide as this length is here. 66 over here on the water side, first come first serve, as well as 67 across from pit toilets. This one's getting a little closer to the water, we're getting down a little more. 68, first come first serve. 69, first come first serve, fairly small in the woods over there. 70, first come first serve, nice spot on the water, very wide. 71, first come first serve. This campground has a lot of first come first serve. 72 as well on the water, first come first serve, very big. And 73, nice big one too, first come first serve. 74 now down very close to the water, first come first serve. Tiny little pit toilets over here. And then, hey look, 76 is a reservable site as well as 75, so I guess we'll do 75 on the water first. Let's take a look at that one, since hey, it's empty. Very wide, weird place for the table with all this space. And let's get you down to the water on this one since we're actually down far enough now. A little erosion-based path here. Not exactly a sandy beach. Good place to paddle out of though. Alright, 76 on the non-water side. Might be great if you're pairing with someone across the way. Still fairly large, not super long, but not a small site. 77, first come first serve. Oh no, sorry, reservable. This one slopes up and then levels off. Not one of the biggest ones, but not bad, but it does have a slope to it. 78, reservable on the water side. Definitely fits something much bigger than a scamp in here, but very nice little waterfront site. And then that brings me back down by the boat ramps, and 79, which is reservable. This is actually fairly long. It seems like a small site, but that actually goes back quite a ways. You just have to worry about the trees. All right, last round, sites 80 through 94 as the winds pick up. All right, I just took a glance at 80 through 94. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while. Give you a driving tour. They are all first come first serve, so I'm not going to be stopping and really analyzing any of the sites, and it's getting really windy out there and you're probably not going to hear me anyway, so we're going to go back around and show you those sites from the comfort of my van. Okay, as we do this, the water is on my right, and like I said, it is very, very windy. Site 80 over on my right, where they don't know how to put an 8 on a sign. All first come, first serve. That one is actually at a step down. There's 81 over here. All getting blown away in the wind. Batten down the hatches tonight. 82 looks like a pull through. Pit toilet on my left. Not a shelter. Yeah, that pull through is huge. 83 on my right here. Not quite as big. Very much getting blown away. 85 over here. Nicely sheltered. So if you want a sheltered spot, that's the place to be. 84 on a little point over here. Not protected at all. There's a trailhead. After that, as we go up the hill, 86, completely away from the water now. 87, a very, very small tent-only site. Well, or something very small. All first come, first serve. 88 is quite long. That one goes back quite a ways. 89 on my right, very small. Again, first come, first serve. You decide if it's gonna work. 90 over here. Looks like a good tent site. How many more did I have? Just a couple. 91. This one you park and drop. That is a terrible sight. But you have a beautiful view off the back. I bet it's gorgeous in the fall, but terrible sight. Good thing it's not reserved. 92 over here. There's a nice little spot over on the left. 93, again, really rough, not a good sight. I hope you're catching some of this, but hey, like I said, it's first come, first serve. You come, you decide if you like it. There's 94, it's got a slope up, and that is all the sights. Well, now that all makes sense to me, let me go over this again. I'm standing here at the beginning. Across from me, over there, is the dump station. So they have an RV dump station here. First section here, all the way out to here, all first come, first serve. This whole section, first come, first serve. Then you finally start getting into some of the reserve sites in this big loop through here. Got Lake Owen over here with a lot of public land or privately owned land out there. So this is a motorized lake. This is non-motorized boating over here. Nice, quiet, smaller lake. Out here, there's some walk-in sites as well as some RV sites mixed in and amongst that. No showers, just pit toilets. Now it all makes sense. But at $25 a night, even the walk-ins, that's a bit much. It's a beautiful campground, don't get me wrong. It's a little out of the normal price range for the state forest. If you're flexible, you can come and take your chances on first serve. If you need to, you head south down towards Clam Lake. You go to Day Lake Campground. I know you'll find a spot there. So that's my quick tour of this campground. I've got a complete playlist of the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest campgrounds that I've gotten to, and I hope to get to a couple more today, as well as maybe one or two tomorrow to finish off the whole collection. I'll have another playlist of Wisconsin state parks and state forests, all of their campgrounds, and there are a lot of them, and some even in the area. So thanks for coming along on this journey. Get on out there and watch out for deer.